Hey gang, what's going on? Michael and Heather here. Say hello, Heather.
Hello, Heather.
It's been a week, hasn't it, so far?
Yeah, it's only Wednesday.
It's only halfway.
We're only to the midway point, and I already feel like I need a margarita.
I will say this though, awesome job on your show today. That was really cool. I love your Twitch show. You're on Twitch. Craft Shack is on Twitch, and it's awesome. I'm glad to see you back. It was awesome. Also, you guys, anybody that's here, check out up in the corner there. We got a QR code, and it's a tinkerwithtech.net QR code. There you go. There you go. And I added our little tools. I added some tools holding it up.
I noticed that. I noticed that. I was like, what the heck? I was wiping my screen. What is that thing on the screen? Oh, it's
just having a little fun there. I just wanted to have a little difference.
I have a tech question about your QR code.
Okay.
If I'm watching this show on my phone, what do you suggest I do to take advantage of that QR code?
I don't know.
Later, don't worry. Okay.
Know the answer to that. Go back and read. No, you can't even do that because you can't get captured. Okay. Anyway, yeah, we can talk about that later. Anyway, right. So this week we have on the show guests that we've had on numerous times. I'm looking so forward to
this. Is the week, or this is the episode where I don't get to say anything, and I bet the audience is okay with that. So,
yeah, I think so too. If
you guys check this out.
Screenshot. There you go.
Jolin and Mark Barris, right on target with that.
Answered it right away. There you go. There you go. So now you can screenshot it and go back and you can look at it. There you go. And you have it.
This is why I hang out with you people, because you're all smarter than me. Speaking of smarter than me.
Let's bring in our guest, huh? Hey, let's say hey to Scott Peachy from Technically Speaking.
Not smarter than you. No way. I think we talked about the fact that I have just fooled everybody. I'm not smarter than you. I assure you of that.
Dude, how the heck are you?
You know, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
What's new and wild?
I don't know about all that, but busy. I know that. It's just crazy. A lot of good stuff though. It's all good busy, good kind of busy.
Yeah.
There's so much going on with tech, and that's why I wanted to have you on today, because I thought this could be some really cool conversation.
Man, there's a lot of things all like coming together. We're getting into like that. They always joke and say it's Techtober, but it's almost like Techtember because of things being delayed, things being pulled forward, companies making different choices. We're in probably the throes. We're in the throes of a crazy amount of tech just being released between now and really December 1st. So we are in prime time tech season. And I love it.
100%. Hey, tell everybody where you're from. That's one thing that we always do, because we do that and everybody's doing that out there already. But where are you from? What country, city, state, whatever?
I am from the United States. I am actually from Columbus, Ohio, home of the Buckeyes.
There you go.
I am an Ohio State fan through and through. I am so sad that there's no college football, at least for us in Big Ten country.
I know.
But we'll see.
I guess, and I think we actually are having it in the ACC because Clemson they're popular, and I guess they just wanted whatever. I don't know why, but they're having it or something. I don't know. But anyway.
Who knows? Like
I know.
I want. Like they're talking about like, well, we'll bring Big Ten football back in the spring. If I'm a player that's going to go to the NFL, I'm not playing in the spring. I'm not going to do it. Why would I risk my body for that? I'm not going to do that.
That's exactly right.
Oh, well.
So anyway, let's talk about it. We're going to talk about, here's the things we're going to talk about today. Talking about all the different devices that's out there, because I really want to touch on that, because you hit on one specifically in your last video. You guys got to go watch this. It's really super cool. And then like the delay, exactly what you said, the delays with product and different products, people trying to push different things and that kind of stuff. So let's get into it a little bit. Talk to me about, first of all, let's talk about the last video that you just did. What is the device?
Everybody hates that video, which is going to be funny because I'm going to talk about that on my live show tonight too. It's like, evidently I'm not allowed to tell people to be sensible with money. It must be this new phenomenon. I don't know if people know how YouTube works, but that's typically how YouTubers like me or
Oh,
plus for that matter.
Thank you. It is 9/2. It is the date 9/2, and Jim decided to go ahead and give me a super chat on that. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate you, buddy.
The idea is, I was just in my video. What I was trying to tell you is like, look, the Z Fold 2, which used to just be known as the Galaxy Fold, but then they've now made their whole foldable line for Samsung a Z brand. So you have the Z Flip, which actually flips, you know, from bottom to top. The Z Fold opens up like a book, really thin, but opens up like a book. So they're all in the Z brand line now. So you have the A brand for Samsung, which is more of their affordability line. You have their S line, which is your traditional, your Galaxy S10, S20.
Right.
And then you have their Z line, which is all the foldables. Cool. Got it. That's really their like bleeding edge innovation. Yeah. All I was trying to tell people in my last video was if you have $2,000, and by the way, $2,000 is not a small amount of money. That's quite a bit of money. If you have $2,000, let's just talk about what you can get with the $2,000. And I went through and I described like everybody loves Apple. You could literally get an iPhone, an iPad, a Magic Mouse or a Magic Trackpad, a Magic Keyboard, and be fully in the Apple ecosystem.
I saw that
for less money for less money. You could do that plus get like 4 lattes at Starbucks on your way home with your whole Apple haul and still spend less money than you would for the Fold. Look, don't get me wrong.
No, wait a minute. I have to stop you there. Did you give your opinion?
I gave my opinion. How dare me?
I know. What's up with that?
I cannot believe, and that's my thing is like, guys, all I'm saying is the Fold is a beautiful device. I borrowed a Fold, the original Fold. I get why foldables are a thing, and I know you're going to ask me about it, and I'll get to that in a second. I get why foldables are totally a thing because it is super interesting when you have one, but $2,000 is a lot of coin. And it's really hard to justify things like that when I can pick up a Pixel 4a, which is the device of the year, hands down, bar none. I will die on that hill if people want to put me on it. The Pixel 4a is the best Android device in 2020. No question. Not even close.
Really?
Not even close. Yep.
So even if I have the Pixel, and here, because I do, the Pixel XL, you're going to say that the 4A is better than that.
Yes. I have had the 4A as my daily driver over the 4XL for a while.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. And I have not gone back. I mean, I have it right here, but I have my other one charging over there, but yeah.
No, that's great to know. That's awesome to know because there's a lot of things that I didn't want to do when the 4 itself came out. It didn't have the fingerprint. I love the fingerprint, but from what I understand, doesn't the A have the fingerprint?
It does, no? And it's like I even talk about it in my video. It's like getting a warm hug back from a really, really close friend. Getting the fingerprint on the back is literally huge. Like it is. You don't realize how much you use that thing, and it is lightning fast. So that's what I'm saying. Like the 4A for me is no question the best device. It gets unbelievable battery life. So when you're talking about such a small footprint out of the 4A, there's a lot of tech YouTubers out there on Twitter right now. You're talking
me into it, dude. I'm telling you.
Hang on. I know. Hang on. I'm going to talk you way into it. Are you ready?
Okay.
So everybody's talking about how like, I got to have the best screen on time, yada, yada, yada. The Galaxy Note Ultra, so the brand new Samsung that just came out, has over a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. Huge battery in the phone. It's getting, most people say, somewhere between 5 and 7 hours of screen on time. I routinely get 5 to 7 hours easily out of my 4A for a fraction of the cost and a significantly smaller footprint. You're talking about just barely over 3,000 milliamp hour batteries in the 4A and a physically smaller footprint. And the screen is really gorgeous. The teardrop that they have in the upper left-hand corner, I'm telling you, the battery life, when I can get anywhere between again, that 5 and 8 hours of screen on time at the same thing with a huge behemoth like a Note
And I
Ultra.
know you do a lot of video stuff.
Tons
so
of
I
it.
know that I know you're using it. I know you're using it. Yeah. Do they have a 4A XL? Because I like
they
the
do
bigger
not.
size. Okay.
They do not, but they have something coming out in the fall. I don't know which one it is between because they have the 2 5G devices coming out. Google's announced they have the 4A 5G and the 5G. I don't know which one's which in terms of size, but that the image that they show where the 2 phones are stacked like this. Yeah. One is bigger than the other. I don't know which one it is. I feel like one of them will be bigger than the footprint of the 4A that is now. But that is literally the only thing I didn't like about it, because I love a big phone.
Yeah. I hear you. Ron just mentioned though that was a good comment there about no wireless charging, because I do that on my stand all the time. So
that is another thing. For me,
it's sitting on there right now.
I don't mind the wireless charging, like me personally, and it charges so fast and sips the battery. The only time I used my wireless charger when I was using the 4A, literally the only time, was at night. That's it. Otherwise, I never had to worry about it, because what's in the car, I just plug it into the Jeep. Okay, so I had to plug it in. I here at my desk, I have a Pixel stand right here, and I would literally just set it on there. I can get behind the idea that it's kind of a bummer that there's no wireless charging, but it is no question. It's not a breaker. It's not a deal breaker, because the video and the audio on the video, because that's something that Pixel's always been really known to be bad at, is the video's been a little bit less than where it should be. And the audio recording when you're shooting video typically is, well, in the past had been really average to very but it is so good. I did a video where everybody was like, well, the iPhone SE is still going to beat the 4A. The iPhone SE doesn't hold a candle to the 4A. Not even close. Not even close. Wow. Not even close. Oh, I'm so excited about the 4A. I love the 4A.
I can tell.
Yeah, sorry, I got on my soapbox.
That's all right. So all these flip phones, I call them.
Yeah.
Because the one hand I know it's a fold, but whatever. I would probably fold it the other way. I'd fold it the wrong way or whatever. But one hand, it's just so convenient with the phone that I have, pressing that finger in the back. Now you're telling me I got to sit here with 2 hands just to use my phone or whatever. And maybe I don't know.
You don't have
touch
to.
on it.
You don't have to. So in the original fold, fold, the outside screen was very small. Really small, less than the size of the iPhone SE, so a significantly smaller footprint. You could use it, but typing on the outside screen of the fold, the original fold, was awful. It would work, but I have fat thumbs, so if you have any fat thumbs at all, it literally doesn't work. So you have to kind of brank like that, and it just doesn't work. But the idea is, when you go to the new fold, the screen on the outside is significantly better. But when you fold it open, it is such an interesting, unique experience. And it's not nearly as bad as you think in terms of 2 hands. I don't have overwhelmingly large hands. I could open it and hold it in one hand, like this.
Okay.
So I could hold it and it's unbelievable for playing games. And I'm not a gamer. So my kids are really into Roblox, which is a thing. Yeah. So it is phenomenal to play games on. It is incredible to read articles on. Social media, except for Instagram, because Instagram sucks at anything Android. Twitter is phenomenal. The multitasking ability is really great. I used it a lot for work email. And work email was really, it was a dream. It was really easy to type on 2 thumb. It is the best 2 thumb typing experience that I've ever had on a phone.
And it's 2 screens, right? Basically you're looking at 2 screens. Is that right?
It's just one. No, it's just one.
Just one big screen.
One big screen. Yep.
Okay. So it's not like you can put
there's a crease
over here, one app over here.
You can, yeah, you absolutely can. But there's a crease down the middle where it folds, and you would think that the crease would really bother you. But it doesn't. It doesn't bother you at all. It doesn't bother me at all. I thought it was for sure.
So it's really just a bigger screen then. It's just giving
a giant
you a bigger
screen. Yeah, it's huge.
Here's the other thing, though. Here's the thing to me. Does it work with like assistant? Because I'm a huge voice command person, hugely. I mean, that would be, I mean,
you absolutely can. It's definitely not $2,000. Like for me, I don't think it's $2,000.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
But I think the idea is like, oh man, like you can see where the innovation is going. And that's probably the thing that I'm most excited about. I'm actually more excited about the Duo, the Microsoft Surface Duo.
Yeah, saw your video on that.
Yeah, I'm more excited about that one because like my professional career, we use Microsoft products. So it would be a just wonderful ability, like for me, where I don't have to carry my laptop to conduct meetings or do, PowerPoints or Excel. Like, yeah, you're not as fast, but if you're making quick edits, everything going mobile is the way to go.
Yeah. The other thing, okay, so the thing is that you have this very wide thing, and you said you didn't have very big hands or whatever. There's a lot of stuff when I'm, I don't know, in my car, there's a car holder that holds a phone, not a freaking.
you would want to just keep it. You would want to keep it folded up then.
Okay, but so folded up. Can you see anything on it?
Oh yeah, that's a screen on the outside. Yeah, okay, so the screen on the screen on the outside of the new one, so the Z Fold 2, is so much better. Like it is. No, again, I don't have one, so this is based on people like Mr. Mobile and Jonathan Rettinger. You can see, that they actually are really experiencing a fairly good experience. Now it's thinner. So if you think about this being the 4XL, it's going to be thinner this way. So this way, but it's going to be like basically like a tall, longer version of whatever you would have for just a regular cell phone. And other than that, that's the only difference that you're going to see. It's not light either. It's a pretty big boy. It's beefy. It's
very
real beefy. And they say you can't use credit cards around it because of the magnets.
Really?
Yeah, true story. They say do not have it in the same pocket as you do with.
To have two monitors side by side, Mike says. Yeah, I guess that's true. But at the same time, when I'm thinking of my phone, though, I'm thinking more of, God, I need to look quickly at my text messages.
You can still do that on the outside screen.
Yeah. That's the only thing. I'd have to have that. So you would only really open it up to get a bigger screen for you to work with environment. Now, what about like you said it's thumbs as far as keyboard. I'm a swipe texter.
Same thing.
Does it have swipe texting?
Absolutely. It's a fully functional Android device.
Awesome.
It's nothing different at all. Now, when you talked about having to open it up to see your text messages, that's actually going to be a downfall of the Duo, the Surface Duo, because it has nothing on the outside. When you close it up, that's it. They actually kind of, and that's okay because people just need to understand what's the point of that device. Well, the point of that device is it's a productivity device, and that's okay too. I can see a lot of like C-level members of like leadership have it because it's a situation of, well, I don't want to carry a laptop. I don't want to carry an iPad. I'll just carry a phone that goes in my pocket. Great.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's interesting. I mean, I guess it is better for making it fit somewhere better too. You know what I'm saying? It give that capability as far as that goes. So that's definitely, I mean, and you got some great videos over there. Hey, we're talking to Scott Peachy from Technically Speaking. If you've never seen his channel, go over. Actually, you're live tonight?
I am, 8 p.m.
8 p.m. does a live show Eastern time. 8 p.m. Eastern time does a live show every Wednesday right after our show at 5. So it was awesome for you to come on. That's why I'm not going to keep you too long today.
Oh, dude, you're fine. You know I love this stuff. We get going and I'm like, all of a sudden 3 hours go by.
And you're like, oh, wait a minute, I got to go do a show.
I know, right?
But we're talking about the different devices and different things like that. It's really cool. Let's talk a little bit on the other end of it, the delays of products and gosh almighty, everybody wants a webcam and all that kind of stuff. Let's touch on that a little bit. I'll let you run a little bit.
Yeah. So because of obviously things going on in the environment that we live in, it's really hard to get, there's a logistical nightmare going through. Like people really have a hard time finding the components that they need to make a device or something like that. Or because, a lot of the workforce actually now have to work from home. Things like a webcam, for example, they're having a really hard time finding them. And they're not cheap. The companies know, like, you could get, like, I have a webcam right here. So I have a webcam right here from
Mhm.
Plantronics that I actually put it right on my desk like this. So this is the one that I use rather than the one in the Mac because it's terrible. Like the Mac like built-in 720p webcam is awful. So Plantronics makes a lot of great stuff, but everything's on backlog. Everything is back ordered. Everything you can possibly think of. Phones, like they're just not getting the devices.
It's true.
And people are now having to effectively do the thing that most Americans are not great at, and it's waiting.
We've been live streaming and doing this stuff with Hangouts when it started since probably about 2012, 2013. And the C920 was always the camera. The Logitech C920 was the camera. You can't get it for 5 months if you can get it.
And if you go to eBay, people are taking and charging double.
Like I was going to say that I was looking at an Elgato's green screen. I need to replace my green screen, and I have been waiting and waiting for them to come back in stock. I can buy one from 5 different places that are like third-party resources that start at $389.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the gouging's there, but it's also supply and demand. I mean, you can't really blame people. It's a supply and demand kind of thing to a certain extent. You can't blame people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
But people are being like
making like another $50 over it or $20 over it. You need $100. But come on,
I know. 3 times
$569. $569.
Yeah, that's just not. You're better off. Like one of the perfect examples, one of the things you might be better off doing is like maybe it's time for you to upgrade, your computer and something else. You're actually better off buying software that can be teamed with certain things you already have. Like I've talked about it before. I have a Mac and I also have an iPhone. Okay, fine. I know not everybody's like that and has the ability to do that, but there's a lot of software out there right now that you can actually plug your iPhone into your Mac using software and use your very much 4K iPhone camera to get webcam. Like you can literally use your iPhone as a webcam. It works. I know Andrew, who's been in the chat before, has absolutely seen me do it. It is one of the best photos. Rather than be gouged prices, like I'm not going to spend $500 on either a green screen or I'm not going to spend $500 on a C920 webcam just because of what everything's going on in the environment. So I'm with you about that. By the way, I I have a giant green sheet. Like I literally bought a green sheet and just really throw a whole bunch of light at it and call it a day.
Yeah, that's what I have. It keeps. I need something different for different.
That's not a green screen right there, is it, Peachy?
No, this is a real wall. I built this actually.
Yeah, I know. I remember you. I thought that was true. I just wanted to ask that.
I built it. Yep.
No, absolutely. I did that too. My wife works at Hobby Lobby, so that green color, I got plenty of it, and we got it at a discount because she works there. Oh my God, yeah, I took advantage of it too.
You green cardboard.
Yeah. Or I know Geeks on Tour. You know them. He painted his back wall. His whole wall is just painted green.
Yeah.
I know you're throwing comments up. You keep missing. Let's hit all these
questions here.
Mark says,
for a question, if the battery is charged 25%, how long does it take to fully charge?
So it goes like 25 to 80 or 85-ish%. Probably, oh boy, I don't know, probably 30, 35, 40 minutes. So like fairly quickly. Like I'm a terrible judge when it comes to that.
Right.
But that last little bit, like the 80, 85 to the 90, it specifically slows the charge down on purpose so it doesn't hurt the battery. So like that last 15 or so % actually takes equally as long as the other ones because it does it on purpose to not hurt the battery.
Gotcha. Used webcams are still 3 times the price of a new one a year ago. It's very true. Good point. Just ordered a Dell PC. You have to wait 8 weeks for delivery. Yeah. I mean, everything's backed up. It's crazy. Need to buy a new tablet. Which is best?
Ooh, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. It depends. Are you?
Depends on what you're doing with it, I think.
Yeah, it depends on what you're doing with it. What type of phone do you use? What do you use a computer? Do you want something like an iPad? iPad's always going to be easy because budget. You can get a base model iPad right now for less than $350.
Yeah, I think that's what I got one for.
Yep, like you can get a base model iPad, and you can do a lot, especially with what they've done and put some of the bionic chips inside their devices. So, I think I love my Pixelbook. I love my Pixelbook. It's expensive-ish, but the Pixelbook Go is a little bit better.
Chromebook, like I said, it depends on what you're going to do with it. If you're going to live stream and do all this kind of stuff, then you need to start looking at actual. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you should be doing that on a tablet. Let me just put that out there. You can't. I'm not saying you can't.
You can use StreamYards on an iPad.
You can use it on your phone, dude. I went from my phone, full feature, every feature in there. I actually, you can move people now on screen. You can switch people on screen. I did that on my phone.
See,
it's unbelievable what they have done. They've really changed the game. Yeah. No one I know of. I've been around live streaming a long time, but I've never seen anyone that can do that. I have an Elgato green screen sitting in the corner. The floor pull up one.
Yep.
Send it to Heather.
Yeah, I have to go. I need to go.
Send it to Heather.
But it's in Canada, so the price is going to be like $900.
We'll just try. I'm not that far from Canada. I'm in Ohio. It depends on which part of Canada.
Up near you, Niagara Falls.
Oh, perfect. It's only like 7 hours to get there. I'll meet you at the falls.
It's crazy. Good stuff, though. No, this is great, though. This is awesome. Yeah, Mike, if you do have that, I know Heather's been looking for a while now, too. Get in touch with her. Seriously, if you got stuff sitting around, I want one of his 5 stream decks he's got sitting around. I'd love to have a second.
Whoa. I don't have one of those. I don't have one of those.
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't mean that. I was just kidding. Now everybody's going to be.
I know, right?
There you go. There you go. For $2,000, you can buy 3 4As and always have a fresh battery.
The problem is, for $1,000, you can get 3 4As.
That's true.
Because right now,
she says, I just purchased a solid state hard drive for just $79.99. That's awesome. Great. Pixelbook Go.
100% Pixelbook Go.
Here's Construction Cronies. What's up, Chris? Is that right? Golly. Oh my God, Chris 𝐭𝐞𝐫𝐧, who it used to be. Take it easy, Michael. I know. I can just throw it across the river. There you go. That's a great idea, Mike. Just throw it across the river. He says he was just in Niagara Falls with Kevin Carr, Galaxy Studios. How about that? Awesome. Cool beans. There's Phil Boyer. What's up, Phil? How are you, sir? Good stuff. So anyway, so when you, well, I forget what I was going to say. I was doing the comments and I was just like, okay, that took my brain completely away from what I was talking about and doing. But so for you, okay, so
sure, we'll take it away again.
For 2000, I can get a few bottles of nice whiskey.
That had better be some really nice whiskey for $2,000.
If you know Phil. Yeah, it's a couple bottles.
Here's what we'll do. We'll get everybody a 4A, sit around, because look, you get 4 4As and a really nice bottle of whiskey and talk about how much we love the 4As.
What is the cost of the 4A right now?
$350.
$350.
Yeah. You can actually if you're on Verizon, you can actually get it at Verizon, I think, for $299.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah, you can't really beat that price when you're talking about the quality of the phone that you're talking about and all the other features and stuff that these other phones, they really did it right on that one.
Again, phone of the year for me, hands down, phone of the year.
Yeah, especially for that price. For value, you can't beat it.
Absolutely.
Can't beat it. But I would miss a couple of the things. I would. I'm just saying I would miss a couple of those things. But it does have the fingerprint, which I'm glad they brought back because the 4 didn't, and that is the reason. I do not like the face thing, okay, because my wife has an iPhone with the facial thing, which is fine, but my granddaughter got her phone and couldn't open it, and my wife was taking a nap. She just went over to her sleeping and put the face thing there, opened up the phone and started doing stuff on her phone. That makes me extremely, extremely nervous. I mean, that's just wrong. I mean, there's
a setting. I'm assuming it was a Pixel.
No, it was an iPhone.
That's weird. I was going to say, because iPhones are supposed to have eyes open.
No, huh? Went right over to her and just sat there and did that and turned the phone a couple times and boom, it was open. I was like,
Grandma, can I buy this? Can I buy this $50 game?
That's right.
I'll take that as a yes.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. That's too funny.
And it was not a good thing, though. That was not a good thing. I didn't like that. Yeah, they are too smart. That's right.
They really
Kids,
are.
they know what to do. I mean, because both.
I think that's the funniest part.
iPhone, yeah.
Well, I think that's the funniest part because you know darn well that Sherry is like, Michael, how do I do this on my phone? And all she had to do is hand it to her granddaughter, who is how old again?
Yeah, she's 2, 3. I mean, she's 3.
Yep.
Right.
That was a trick question.
My 8-year-old son taught me something on the iPad that I didn't know could do. Like, did you know that you can swipe down from the number line?
Yeah.
I had no idea. Like the numbers, like I had no idea. The swipe down to get numbers really quick. I was always long pressing. I had no idea that was a thing. I was like, he did it. And I was like, wait, what did you just do? And he goes,
Mike, who's been commenting, I think Mike's actually the one that taught me about that because I have an iPad now.
Okay.
Heather and Andrew bought me an iPad. I know. So I now have an iPad. So I've been doing all kinds. I even do a couple, daily tips with my community and stuff.
My show. He drew on my show.
I did.
I'm telling you, like I used to be like a hardcore. It's Android anything, and you can never get me to get an Apple thing. But I'm like, man, you know what? I have learned the error of my ways. Look, I always prefer the Pixel experience in my Android phones. No question. Like I enjoy it. Yes, I have an iPhone, but both are so good. And then I think like, maybe it's just because I've gotten old. Maybe as I've gotten old, I've gotten kind of set in my ways where I talk about, life is great when you think about like all the tech that we have. Like we can do so much with mobile devices that we put in our backpacks or put in our pockets. Like we have more technology than they were flying people to the moon. Can't I just enjoy all this stuff? What's that?
We still stop robocalls.
Robocalls, yeah, we can't stop.
But
that.
Pixels do a darn good job. As a matter of fact, I have actually now in Android messages, they can automatically archive spam texts and it works.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Unreal. So good.
Android messages has a lot of great features, but it has 2 that is the only reason I haven't switched over to them. Just 2 features. And
what's that?
If they would get those, I would switch in a heartbeat. If they'd get one.
What is it?
I love a future text. I send future text to myself all the time is the reason I use Textra.
Future text?
Yeah, I can send myself a text. Okay, let's say my wife and I are sitting at dinner and I said, hey, listen, remind me when we get home that we need to do this, such and such, whatever. I'm not going to remember that. The older I get, I can send her, and I can't send her a reminder. I can't add something. I can't send a reminder to her. I can do it through. What I do, positive. So what I do is I go in and I make a text to her, but I can set the time in the future. So I know when we're going to be home at 8:30, she's going to get a text that pops up and says, here, do this. That is the ultimate best thing.
Why don't you use a reminder to say like when you get home to tell her?
Right, exactly. But why? Why do I even need to be involved? If somebody says to me, if I'm out with a buddy of mine and we're sitting at lunch and I want to go, whatever. And he says, dude, hey, remind me about that thing on Wednesday. I don't have to. I can send a future text. Boom, he's got it. I don't even have to be a part of it. I'm just saying, I use that much.
I never knew that was a thing.
I use that so much. It's like a future email. You know how Gmail just turned to where you said, love that. I never do this. So if I have a buddy in Australia that I'm talking to, I don't want to bother him with a text. I can send a future text when I'm asleep. He gets the text. Oh, trust me, it's the best feature. If messages would come up with that, I would switch tomorrow.
What's the other feature?
The other feature is you have to freaking send a V card to everybody. Yeah, I hate a freaking V card. Textra allows you to send just the phone number. Hey, what's so-and-so's phone number? Well, and my brother will send me a V card, and I got his email, I got his home address. I don't need all that.
I don't need all that. I don't need all that.
Just send me the phone number.
Huh.
Texture just says, you want to send the V card? Or you want to send everything, or you just want to send a phone number? Boom, send a phone number. And it's just the best. I love it.
I'm still on the future text thing. Like, cause I'm always been like, I just use the Google Assistant and say, hey, remind me when I get home to tell my wife blah.
No, exactly. Yeah, no, I understand that. It's just easier for me because we always look at text, me included. And my thing is, why do I have to be involved in that? If she wants, hey, remind me. Well, you know what? I could do this quickly and easily, and boom, it's out.
You're gonna get me stuck on some text messaging thing, and I'm gonna be like, "This is the greatest thing ever!" Like, it's gonna happen.
I'm just saying, I love it.
It's the same thing. Like when I start talking about moment lenses and like mobile stuff, and you're like, "Oh God, just give me the link. Let me go buy it." Like you're doing the same thing with the text messaging stuff. Like, oh, just
that feature alone. Seriously, I use it religiously. Like a lot of times, I know if I'm leaving work at at 4 o'clock, let's say. Remind me before I walk out the door, okay, send myself a future text. And I could do a reminder for this. I could.
Sure.
But I'm so used to doing a text because sometimes reminders you get, sometimes if you have your phone off, but a text message, I always check my messages. Whatever reason, we're so accustomed to that as people nowadays. I always check my text messages. I don't know why. Well, so why not? Why not make it part of text? You know,
it's the way that we have to be now that we're only connected virtually. But what I've noticed is like I'm getting so many more notifications now that I flat out a lot of times I forget and I feel like the biggest jerk. Like you texted me last night. You texted me last night. Heather was on there, and I realized that I did not respond, and so I'm here to tell you publicly that I'm a jerk and I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all good.
But
just come on the game show. Just come on the game.
You know I want to. You know that I want to.
I'll give you a hard time about that till forever. So
one of these times. Here's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be one of those times where I'm like, all right, I'm ready to do the game show. You're gonna be like, yeah, well, so I don't have any time this week, or I don't need you now. Like, I don't want you now. Like, I don't care. No one likes you. Go away.
I promise. I will kick somebody off and put you on. I promise you. Andrew Hatchett, you heard that because Andrew's on every game. I said, Andrew, you will be in the place that night.
I was going to say, I can't take Andrew's spot. Andrew's the man.
I love it. It's a blast. Peachy, I'm going to end this right here so you can talk to the backstage pass with the other group, okay?
Absolutely, brother.
Dude, you are awesome, and thank you so much for coming on. I love watching your show. It's awesome to see.
I appreciate like all the super chats and everything. Thank you so much. 100%. Like, absolutely love it. Thank you.
Listen, I know that you're going to use that in the right way and the right things, and you're doing a lot of great things over there, and you have some really intelligent, good guests on there too, because I love some of the conversation you guys get into. Now, it might be bucking horns sometimes.
Oh yeah,
which is fun.
We do. Tonight's going to be a good one. Like Stats and I are going to go toe to toe. Like we've been arguing via text most of the day, actually about of all things, Ascension from David Blaine. We've been arguing. Yes, we've been arguing about it.
That's
so such a dumb thing to argue about, but I'm like,
that's hilarious.
I have a show notes up here that we share with each other. And so like we have like, you know, in Google Docs, you can comment back and forth with each other.
Yeah.
I said, why do you hate Ascension so much? He goes, I don't hate Ascension. And I said, but clearly you have hatred for what's going on in Ascension. And so that's the type of show we're going to have tonight. Who knows? It's going to be a banger.
Yeah, that's crazy. And Heather brings up a great point. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see. Where's Heather's comment? She says, I love future text. I say stuff like I'm sending this to you while I'm doing a live show. It's like I'm talking to. That's true. That is very true. And Mark says, Michael got me hooked on texture, also pinning text conversations as well. And I think
that one would be huge. That's a big one. I love that. But to Heather's point about like, I would love to just kind of gas myself up to the point of, dear Scott, you're doing a live show right now, and might I add, you're doing a wonderful live show. But remember to bring the laundry up when the show is done. Like that, exactly. Like kind of give yourself a little bit of a boost. I think that'd be a great idea.
I do that. I do that stuff all the time with taking the trash up or whatever. Just all those things. I absolutely send my stuff because I just don't. I've got like my dad used to say, I have a great memory. It's just short.
Yeah.
Andrew says, anytime Scott won on, he's welcome to take my place.
I appreciate that, Andrew. I appreciate that.
And then Heather says, so awesome. Love you, Peachy.
Love you too, Heather. Thank you so much. I wish your computer didn't hate me.
Yes, exactly. We're going to get into the backstage pass with the community. Hey, if you're not a community member, please, folks, join the community. Just go over to tinkeringwithtech.net. If you go over there, that's our public page. You can learn about what we do and what we're all about. And then there's a place to sign up. It's $10 a month. You get we do daily tips. I do a daily tip every day. And we have this show where you can get in the backstage pass with the guests like we're doing today. And then we also do a workshop once a month. It's on different things. We've done some on Camtasia. We've done some on Zoom. We've done some on just a bunch of different OBS, all kinds of different things. So listen, folks, thank you for joining in the comments. And everybody, you guys are awesome. I'm sure Peachy appreciates it as well. There you go.
Love you too, Miss Sheila. Hopefully you'll be on tonight's show.
That's right. There you go. Can't make the after show. Yep, you'll miss me. You're right. You're right.
I always do.
I know she's pretty amazing. She's a huge supporter of yours as well.
I love her to death.
She loves her some Scott Peachy. I'll tell you what. Got a super sticker coming from Miss Eileen. How about that? Hey, Miss Eileen, I didn't even know you were watching out there, girl. Good to see you, though, and it'll be coming up in a second. All right, we're going to end the show. Thank you so much. And again, Peachy, I appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you.
Yep. See you, gang.
See you.